Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Just wanted to speak briefly a little bit today about the betting odds, and I think that's an important thing to talk about with respect to the United States elections, because basically, with the betting odds, people are actually putting their own money on the line with who they think are going to win. And as you can see from the numbers here, lots of money, $400 million essentially has been put on Donald Trump, and 300 million essentially have been put on Kamala Harris with respect to the amount that in terms of the fact that they think that their candidate will win the election. Not that they support them, but who they genuinely think will win. And then obviously below these, the two nominees, you have people I guess that are potentially other Republican politicians. Trump was nearly assassinated. Nikki Haley, she was the second up. RFK, of course, recently dropped out but was running third party. Michelle Obama, many people said would be the nominee instead of Kamala Harris, as well as Gavin Newsom. Joe Biden's still around. Less than a percent, but you can see the point is that it's between Trump and Harris, and it's been between Trump and Harris going back into the old time about President Biden dropped out in late July around this period. And following President Biden's exit from the race, many people actually um, speculated that Trump was even going to win by a larger margin because Kamala Harris was so unpopular in her own approval ratings in the polls. However, following Biden's exit from the race, a lot of the Democrats in the Democratic establishment and in the party base rallied behind Vice President Harris. I think an important aspect, it gained a lot of momentum, as you could see in the betting market and in the polls. It gained the momentum of the fact that the Democrat Party and the Democrat elites believe that they actually have a candidate who has a shot at winning. When President Biden was running, he was really not. He thought they essentially believed that President Biden was never going to win re-election and never could win re-election. And especially following the debate, the disaster of the debate between Biden and Trump, where President Biden just did not look like the man that he once was. She was essentially the shell of the man that he once was, um, against Donald Trump, who all he had to do in that debate was basically prove that he can think properly. And President Biden had some serious issues with formulating thoughts in the debate. But that's beside the point. Kamala Harris replaced him, and since then it's been like it's been doing very well for Kamala Harris. Trump maintained the narrow lead for a long time, just about a 4 or 5 point lead, and then about in the past month, Kamala Harris has been in taking the lead actually, and had a pretty substantial edge in the margins. And now Donald Trump has started to boom up again in the polls. It's October the 10th. We're about 25 days away from the presidential election. It's right at our doorstep, essentially. There's practically no more time left. People are early voting already. The debates have already occurred. The nominations have occurred. It's 3 weeks until the election, 3 weeks until we determine whether or not Donald Trump will be the next president or Kamala Harris. Right now, a lot of the approval ratings, and excuse me, not approval ratings, but the percent chance in the betting markets as to who will win has been correlated with some polling data that has been released. Yesterday, Quinnipiac released very favorable polling data for President Trump, I would say, that showed him up 4 points in Michigan, 2 points in Wisconsin, and down 3 points in Pennsylvania. Um, a bit of a mixed match, however, a mixed batch. However, Quinnipiac historically has been, at least this election cycle, seemingly more favorable in terms of the Democrats. Um, and especially now, with the fact that Donald Trump has historically been underestimated in the polls in those Rust Belt states, and those are must wins for Kamala Harris. The fact that Quinnipiac would come out with a poll that has her down 4 points in the state, possibly due to the recent comments she said about Israel. Of course, there was a recent video that surfaced, I think she posted, talking about how she would defend Israel. Maybe the Arab community in the state of Michigan is still not supporting her, and that is correlating to the poll, or just a messed up poll. Nonetheless, historically, Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in the state of Michigan were up considerable. They were up considerable margins in the polls, up 5 or more points. Nowadays, not really that sort of outcome that we're seeing in the polls. Trump rebounding as well. Also, Trump has a lot of momentum behind him. He had a very big rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, basically providing a little bit of closure to the assassination attempt that happened on July the 13th, 2024. And he's really carrying a lot of momentum. He's got 25 days left in his campaign, as well as Kamala Harris. He's actually, oddly enough, going to be campaigning in other weirder areas of the country, like New York and uh, what would be considered safe blue states. Many people suspect that Trump believes that he kind of has this race locked up. He's doesn't want to be too cocky, but he's going to these areas to try to gain more House seats and Senate seats, things that Republicans will need to govern effectively if Donald Trump actually wins the presidency. With that being said, that's just my entire context behind the new betting market odds that have been really growing in support for Donald Trump over the last week. With that, thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and have a great day. I'll see you all soon.